Hello, I'm back. Another surprise stream coming out of the cosmos, coming out of nowhere. Yeah. Demon FD asks me, "How are you, Pepper?" I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. As the title might suggest, and thumbnail, I made a new thumbnail for my drawing streams now, if you haven't noticed. Because I've really been needing one. You know, I have a thumbnail for the Genshin streams, and I made a thumbnail for the Sim streams, when I'll get back to that eventually. But I haven't properly made one for drawing streams, which, like, I thought was kind of weird, because, like, isn't that, like, my whole thing? You know? I draw, I animate, you know? So, yeah. I don't really have much to say other than just, like, just start doodling. I already had an idea as to what to draw for this stream. I highly doubt I'll get it finished this stream, but we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And something is off with my headphones. Something just feels off with them. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, but yeah, no, I guess that's it. I guess, just go ahead and start. So let me just go to the scary infinite void. Alrighty. Let's get started. Okay, so I haven't used the normal sketch brush in a while. I usually don't use them. I don't know. I usually don't, but I guess I will for this stream, just for... I have a love-hate relationship with the Procreate brushes. Okay, but the general idea... Let me just try to sketch out basic, I guess, thumbnail ideas that I have right now. Let's erase all this. So, what I've been wanting was for my boy... Oh yeah, this is not gonna be fan art, actually. I probably should have mentioned that. This is not fan art, this is like my own, thing. No, he would have his, like, head a little bit more back. Would he? I don't know. Definitely, like this. He's got a little diadem. And then behind him would be a portrait. Hold up. Maybe instead, I'll move him like this. And maybe instead the portrait is more a little bit to the side. So that's not, like, completely covering him. Because here, and there's definitely something weird with these. Hold up. Something's just weird with these. Okay. See how that goes. No, it's still there. I hear this buzzing in my headphones, and the buzzing is just not stopping, and I know it has to do with, like, its connection. Maybe, hold on, a bit more. Okay. I'll see how that goes. Nope, it's still there. Are you serious? Why is it there? I'm suffering. I don't know. Okay, but, like, here would be the portrait of another guy. Also with the diadem. It's like one of those like reflection type drawings is that I kind of want it to look like. I don't know. And something like this. And I completely forgot what your design was. It's okay, we can make it on the go. We can make your thing on the go. I just forgot. But something akin to this is what I was thinking. For this piece. And did the music just shut off? That's weird. Something's wrong with this thing, this connection. This doesn't happen usually. Okay. Nope, it's still there. Okay, I guess I'll just have to suffer with the buzzing sound for, like, the rest of the stream. Oh, nah, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, yeah, that's basically all I want to, like, put here. Or maybe, like, forward. Actually, maybe forward would probably look better, but, that'll be for probably later. You are going to be... I just have this for colors. Put you over here. Okay. I guess it just might ahead and just go ahead and draw the boy. Just trying to get a good circle, cause I cannot draw circles to save my life. You know, it's funny when like non-artists look at someone's drawing and say, "Wow, that's so good. I can't even draw a circle." And it's like, bro, do you think I can? Do you think I can draw circles? I can't draw circles. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's probably the best I'll get. Okay. And then the jaw would be here. I want to make sure that, like, he still looks pretty young, because he's still young in this drawing. Probably should map out where the eyes are. Okay. 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 I'm gonna fix the nose. I'm not a big fan of it. Alright. I think I'm just gonna play around with this a little bit. Okay. Alright. And then the back of the skull, because your head is actually more so an oval than a circle. Okay. Bam, that's his head. I got his head. Got the head. Now, Purple Scarf Cake says hi, welcome to the stream. It's pretty much what the title says. We're chilling, we're drawing. I'm trying to draw this little doodle that I whipped up, but like obviously more refined. Okay, so definitely what I want with him is for his like, I guess, for his like chest to be like puffed out a little, because he's trying to look all like brave and strong, and even though he has no idea what he's doing, and he never will, but you know, it's definitely okay. Just gonna fix this part. And this would probably end like that a little bit more. Cause where like this could be like where the rib cage is like that. Okay. Alright, and his arm is definitely like back here. Now see, the thing is that he's gonna be wearing like a cloak thingy, so I don't know how much, I don't think I need to put that much detail on his arms. Let me just make the body bigger so the head doesn't look gigantic. Whoops. Cause like, he's young, he's not that young. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much effort I need to put on the arms, if that makes sense, because he's wearing like a cloak thing. And unlike his like older, I guess, design, where it's less of a cloak and more of a capelet, at this point in his life, it's a cloak. Like, it's a full-on cloak. He just cuts it into a capelet later. So I don't think I need to put that much effort on, arms. Do I need to put any at all? That's my question now. Because Because, like, what I imagine is that, his arms would be like that, ideally. I think I'll just leave a little, like, these little, like, lines here. Just to get an idea. Okay. And I definitely want to lift his head a little more. Definitely need to do that. I'm gonna lift his head a bit more. Because again, like, he's trying to act all, like, capable. Putting himself in this, role that he's not prepared for. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Just gonna do the little hairline pieces. Okay. I think I got him pretty... his, like, skeleton, I guess. I think I got that pretty aight. Okay. Yeah, I think now I'll draw the other guy. Okay, see, this is the thing that I'm, like, thinking about. Because this is a, like, this is in the, like, old-timey medieval thing, right? And so, obviously, like, the drawings aren't going to be uber realistic. I mean, they did do semi-realistic drawings back then. They did do that, despite popular belief. But, like, there was still that, like, level of stylization. At the same time, this is also, like, an anime type thing. Or at least, like, the style of it is still, like, an anime type thing. So, I think what I'm going to go for, because I don't want to make it, like, uber stylized, like, medieval manuscript type style, but I also don't want it to be, like, uber realistic either, because I can do that. So I think what I'm going to do with the portrait is, I guess simplify my style even more. Cause like this anime type style would feasibly be like the realistic style. It does not make any sense. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Going to like somehow, some way simplify it even more. Make it more geometric, I guess. I don't know. Just simplify it a lot more. However, I do need to get his, like, this guy's, like, hair down. And hold on just a quick second. Okay. Sorry, I just needed to, like, look something up real quick. Teku HH Leviat says hello. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're chilling. We're doodling. That's what we're doing. It's not something Genshin related. This is, like, my own personal work that we're doing. Okay, so this is not gonna be, like, a super... This is just me trying to... Actually, what if I do, like, a 3/4 just so I get, like, an idea? Definitely a more, I guess, mature face. This is just me to get, like, a basic idea of his, like, hair. That's the main thing. Okay. Okay. So I kind of want to keep Arthur's little thing, this little trait, because I love putting, like, traits on characters' hairs to, like, show, I don't know, like, genetics, I guess? I think it's cute. I think it's really cute. So, or What if his would be like on his ears? Does that look good or not? I don't know. I don't know if that would look good. Or maybe instead, yeah, like it's a very similar like bang situation. However, I don't know. I do want like this guy's hair to fall over his like shoulders a bit more. That's definitely something I want to do. So maybe like that, I guess. Okay. And definitely want to give him some facial hair. Some sort of facial. The face. Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out his, like, hair, with this character. Because, like, I've done it before, but I've never, like, done it in, like, detail. Ooh, actually. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, okay. I just, like, made, like, a mental connection. Actually, you know, I'm keeping that. Okay. Yeah. He's gonna be full of, like, these little things. As for facial hair... Hold on for a quick second. Okay. We can give you a full beard. we can do that. This is fine. Or maybe just a beard. Or I'm thinking. Because I don't want him to look too old. I don't want him to look too old because... Oh, actually, I don't want him to look too old because, like, the idea is that this guy died, fairly young. Well, young in the... yeah, fairly young. Like, in his 30s or something, is what I was thinking. I just had an idea. Okay. And then, like that. Okay. I think I got it. I think I got something. Okay. Alright, okay. I'm just gonna move him, like, down here as I do his portrait. It's like, how do you stylize a style? Teku says, I was guessing 30s. Oh, good. That's good. Cause, yeah. Because my lore with him, well, it's not my lore, it's like, it's a lore that people back in the old times wrote, but I'm refining it. My lore for this guy is that he dies, like, yeah, pretty much like in his 30s-ish. He's killed in battle against the Anglo-Saxons, because they're invading. Okay. I'm gonna draw him then. And I need to think about it in terms of, like, style. Stylize your style. I don't know how you're going to stylize your style, but you're gonna find out. And if I'm able to make a good circle. Okay. This is fine. Alright. So, I'm not gonna make, like, his head tilt or anything, because this is an artistic interpretation. Actually, maybe instead of this, like, jaw curve, maybe it's just a straight up, like, good enough circle. Circles are hard. Okay. And would his ear be covered? I don't know, but I'll put the ear in anyway. Okay. And maybe instead of doing this, I just put the nose. Like, the nose is a triangle slapped onto this face thingy. Right. Okay. And then his face, his eyes. Let's see you. I mean, I guess I would just, like, I could just... Something like this. Okay, actually, let me shorten this thing a bit. It's a line. Whoops. It'd be a... What the heck? It'd be a line. It's just a line. Yeah, it'd just be a line. And his eyebrows would also just... Ooh, maybe like he looks like a bit angry. Well, not angry, but like the artist wanted to depict him as like a strong warrior. Yeah. Whoops. I dropped my pen. And this is... Because I don't want to make him look like he is done with his life. He is done with his life. Maybe. Okay, okay. Let me just round this part out a little more. Give him more of a skull. Okay. And then comes the thing that's... Because they're gonna be, like, trying to copy... Like, he's trying to copy the same pose. So... Like... The previous eyes, of course. Yeah, that's why I figured, like, no, I want him to kind of look a bit more ferocious. Okay. So for your neck, there's gonna be a straight line. I want to add, like, as many, like, geometric feeling shapes. 'Cause, yeah. Also because this is supposed to be, like, a bit Romano-Celtic-ish. A lot of their art was done with metal. Not that this is done with metal, no, I do imagine this is a painting, but, like, because a lot of their art was metalwork, it kind of influenced how their drawings look. So when you were drawing, quote-unquote, or sculpting, it's drawing, yeah. When you were, like, drawing, quote-unquote, with metal, obviously, metal takes forever to bend, so a lot of their works would use really, like, geometric shapes. And so when the Celts, the Romano Celts would draw things, they would also draw in that, like, geometric style, because that's what they saw. As opposed to, like, Italy in the Renaissance, you know, because, like, the Romans with their sculptures were really, like, realistic and rounded and all of that, so their art was influenced to do that. It's fascinating, honestly. Because, like, there's people who are like, oh man, medieval people can't draw. And it's like, it's a style. Now, do I think that the average monk drawing like this knew how to draw like Da Vinci? Well, yeah, of course not. But look, I can't draw Da Vinci. So we're all like in the same boat here. Okay. Okay, I need to focus. Yeah. I'm not gonna focus too much on, like, posing for him, because it's just making him look cool. This is the idea. Let me fix that. And actually this as well. Okay. Okay. I got him, and again, like, arm is really not going to be important. Actually, definitely not important here. They would probably just focus on the cloak first. Okay. We got that. Awesome, cool. Do I even need to add a hairline? I don't know if it's that important. Alright. We're gonna remove you, get you back, and actually, like, place you where I want you to be. I will definitely need to like adjust this canvas, because this canvas is way too big so far. This canvas is way too big. So, or actually, low-key, maybe it might be just as big as I need it to. Actually, now that I think about it. Huh. Okay, him, obviously we're gonna blow him up a bit. Whoa. The average drew a big dog instead of an elephant because someone had to. Someone described it like that. Yeah, there's also that factor too. Like, I feel like a lot of people forget is that like people are like, oh, they couldn't draw lions, they couldn't draw elephants. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's because they never seen it before. It's like, how are you going to draw an animal that you've never seen before? You only see people explaining it. Like, an elephant is like, oh, it's this giant animal that's pure skin, and their feet are really flat, and they have super long noses that they use to grab things, and their mouths kind of look like triangles, and they have massive ears. Like, just say it like that, without the context of how an elephant looks. Yeah, there's going to be some crazy depictions, because I mean, yeah. But what do you want them to do? Like, spend like $1 million and take a trip all the way down to like Central Africa to see an elephant? They can't do that. Okay, maybe like that. Ooh. Yeah, maybe not that bad. But we'll have to see how it develops. Okay. Gonna put these down in a layer. Whoops. Yes. Alright. Now it's for his other stuff. Alright. Maybe, just maybe, I'll like elongate his face just the slightest bit. Cause like he's supposed to be young, but maybe just like a little bit like that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. Alright. First things first, the diadem. Because, crowns, or at least like the crowns that we think of, were not a thing in this time period. Instead, they wore, these things that went around your head called a diadem. Or a laurel, which is more famous in Roman Empire stuff. It's a lot more famous there, but like the stereotypical crown didn't exist. And you tell me, hey yo Pep, but isn't this like some medieval type stuff? And I say yes, but what people forget is that the medieval times is a very long time period. Extremely long. Like the medieval that most people think of is a little bit late medieval. That's the one that people tend to think of. It's like late medieval times. Well, this story takes place in the early medieval era, like basically like right after the Roman Empire. And so even though yes, it is medieval, there's a lot of Roman stuff still. There's still a lot of Roman influence. Okay, what if I, like, extend it just a wee bit? Okay. So, that's his diadem. Okay. And his clothing. Hold on a quick second. Just get a good look at something again. I'm just, like, looking at, like, old-timey references. Right. And this is where this part of the garb would be gathered. Okay. And then up here would be the collar. Although, like, if this was a historically accurate cloak, there actually wouldn't be a collar. The only reason I'm putting a collar is Occam's razor. It kind of looks cool. I want to stay accurate, yes, but I also don't mind, like, tweaking a few things just for the aesthetic. And I feel like collars are believable enough. I mean, they did have collars, just not on cloaks. So it's not, like, beyond the realm. I'm not being, like, super extremely, like, this is a thing that is possible. And it's like, that's kind of my rule of thumb. If any of y'all are out there making, like, stories that take place in historical eras, and, you have this, like, idea that you want to do, but it's not, like, it doesn't match, like, the historicity of what you're doing, my general rule of thumb is, okay, but is it possible for this time period? You know? That's, like, my general rule of thumb. So, like, I don't think cloaks ever had collars. But they did have collars in, like, their shirts and stuff. Well, in their tunics. They did have collars in their tunics. So they can make collars. And so it's like, yeah, maybe the cloaks didn't have collars, but at least in my mind, it was definitely a possible thing they could do. It's kind of how I think of it. So that's my, like, rule of thumb, I guess. Okay, where this arm would be would definitely be where, a hint of. This would definitely be where, like, another part of the fabric, I guess, would be jetting out. Okay. Moving it up here. Just... Okay. Got that. And then his belt. Again, I'm just taking a nice good look at things. Yep. Pretty thick belt. Bit of a thick one. Feasibly go, like... Maybe like, yeah, like here. That's another thing about the belts that I see people do that's a bit incorrect. Is that they always put belts, like tunic belts, all the way like down to the waist. When in reality, well, I mean, it's still the waist, but like, it's still the waist, but it's a lot higher. It's basically more or less where the navel is. And you could tell me what? So like high waist jeans? Yes, actually, pretty much like that. Like think about like the position of the belt where like a high waist jean would be at, like right at like the navel-ish area or like a little bit over it, pretty much. And the reason why is because, I mean, that is technically where the waist is, like the waist in the sense of it's where the body like closes in a little bit, not necessarily like the hip area. So, yeah. And it basically, like, and that was more or less where the waist was until, like, recently, really. So, yeah. And of course, here is where I'm gonna put a bit of a... this for the tunic. Okay. Okay, finally I can do the hair. I'll do the hair on a separate layer just for my peace of mind. It's just so I don't go crazy. Because yeah. So obviously I have like his little bang thingies here. I need to figure out. Because unfortunately, because I was going with like a type of cartoon logic with the hair, I've never given it like actual proper thought. That's on me though, that's on me. I did that to myself. I thought I heard something, sorry. Okay. Just gonna move this little part back. I don't know. I don't like it. I do not like it. That, because if I were to just like draw it like normal, without the diadem, it would be more so like this. Is more so how it would look like. Let's fix it because it looks bad. And then the hair would kind of... Well, sometimes I have it like this, but I usually like have it curved back. Why can't I do it today? What the heck? I was able to do it before. No, I give up. I'll just do it like I used to. Okay. Because I would do it like... Let me just remove the body. I would do it like that. That's how I would do his, like, hair. I probably should have done the diadem for, later, actually, now that I think about it. Probably would have been easier. Oh well. I'll fix it, I'll fix it. Okay, and then his... Okay. And of course, little thingies here. A little hair peeking out here to show that, like, it's on both sides. Okay. Ma'am, okay, okay, that's what I got for his, hair. As for... See, like, whoops. With the back side of the diadem, that's easy. I just connect it to where the hair is. The problem is the front side. That's the part that's, like, messing with me. And that's the part that I'll admit I did not think about. Curse me for having, cartoony... Curse me for drawing hair that has, like, borderline cartoon logic. It's like, now that I actually have to put on, like, a hat... Well, not a hat, but I have to put on, like, a literal ring around his head. Now I'm suddenly like, I have no idea how I'm supposed to do that. How am I supposed to do this? Cause, like, what? Cause, like, what? Do I have the hair, like, poking out like that? Is that it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking. I mean, I could easily just squish, I guess, this part. Let's bring this back. Okay, I could elongate because then you'd do that anyway with this. Right, I'll elongate this here. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. And then move this probably up here. Or maybe like a little shorter. I'm just trying to figure out what to do. And then for these, like, this front bang thingy, shorten it to here. Oh god, but that looks terrible, actually. See, that's the thing that sucks. It's... How do I do this without sacrificing the, look? Do I move it down, maybe? And then move this over to, like, here. And move this, like, upwards, perhaps? Or... Okay. Because, like, this poking out over the crown, that's fine. That's fine with me. Like, that makes sense to me. And perhaps, maybe, like, with this bottom part, I could, like, Extend it outward. Perhaps. Not a fan, but I'll be honest, I don't know if I have any other choice. I think I'm just stuck with this. I don't know. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. How am I supposed to do this? Because like I said, like, this isn't a crown. This is like a ring around your head. Unless I just, like, elongate the whole thing in general, but... I mean, I could just do that, though. We're going off of, like, cartoon anime logic, aren't we? I give up. I give up. That's what we're doing. I give up. I don't know. Does it make sense, like, physics-wise? No. If somebody says, "Hey, yo, Pep," that makes absolutely zero sense physically. I know. I just give up. That's all. Okay. Artie's done. Your turn. Let me turn this off so it doesn't annoy me. Actually, yes, we can have this back. No. Whoops. Okay. Just move this up. Come on. Okay. As for him, his stuff, gonna make a straight line. Actually, no, actually, no, bad idea. Just focus on, do the clothing first. Do the clothing first. That's what we're, yeah. So I'm imagining this is a bit more like a typical, cloak, I guess. Like that. Again, trying to keep, like, the lines relatively, trying to keep the lines, like, relatively straight, because I'm just thinking about it in the sense of, like, okay, it's gonna be somewhat inspired by, like, the old-timey metal work. Actually, let me fix the hood part. I don't like it. Okay. This might just be a straight line, I'm not gonna lie. This one I think I'll just keep as a straight line. And I don't know if this is enough for the belt per se. I don't know. Did the music just shut off? No. You're not supposed to. Oh, it just. Well, we're starting it again. Yeah, you heard me. Okay. That's what we got for his stuff. Okay. I can do the hair now. It's just the cloak. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. Okay, hair. I got this, I got this. No, I don't. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just make the brush bigger just for my peace of mind. Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad. See, this is the few times that, if somebody criticizes me for the tangents, I'll be like, well, you know, straight lines. Everything connected. I'll have an excuse. Okay. And for the hair. Oh, how could I forget the mustache? And the beard. Bam. Perfect. Perfect right here. That's the beard and that's the mustache. Mwah. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. And yeah, we're not doing any of that fancy layering. It's just not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Okay. I actually think this is pretty good. Okay, and for the diadem, it's just gonna be a straight line, just a straight line. This is no focus on any of straight line like this. Okay. Bam. That was not bad, actually. That's pretty good, pretty good. Oh, that's right, okay. Okay. I got Ambrose's piece done. We can just remove the little doodle of him. Awesome. Artie, we're just gonna put him in front. And you can't see him because I was pushing harder for the for the straighter lines. Yeah. I kind of wish... It really sucks that Procreate doesn't allow me to, like, mess with the opacity on a... It really sucks that it doesn't let me, like, mess around with the opacity on Procreate with a folder. Because Clip Studio Paint can do that. And I miss that. Every once in a while, I'm like, let me go back to Clip Studio Paint. I miss that program. But, like, Procreate is so gosh darn convenient, and for some odd reason, Clip Studio Paint, I don't know why, they thought it was a great idea to turn the mobile app into, like, a subscription service. I am so angry that they did that, because if it was, like how God intended, where I just download it and enter my account that I already bought, I would have not downloaded Procreate. But, dumb subscription thing. So I got it instead. Teku says, the king died so the ghost could haunt. Yes. Okay. I think I'm gonna... Whoops. Okay. Shorten it just like a wee bit more. Okay. I got that, and how could I forget the, like, portrait? The like, actual, like, the actual drawing that's on... Okay. Yeah, the actual, like, drawing thingy. Although, okay, this is where, like, my nerd brain starts kicking in. Would it be a drawing? Hear me out. Would it be a drawing or would it be a tapestry? And I know you're thinking like, oh my gosh, Pep, just make up your damn mind. And I'm like, wait, no, even better. Would it be a drawing? Would it be a tapestry? Or hear me out here. Or would it be a mosaic? Because technically in this time period, mosaics were way more popular. People didn't really paint much in this time period. It was mostly mosaics. Oh boy. It's gonna be a painting. It's gonna be a painting. Yeah. It's gonna be a painting on the wall. Which back then they actually didn't frame paintings. They literally, little fun fact, they literally painted on the walls, actually. So when I say painting, I mean like, it's literally in the wall. It's not like a frame that they hung up. Ooh, maybe because of that I could add some damage. A little bit of damage to the portrait. Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd actually be so cool. And I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. No, you need more space. We'll fix it when I actually, like, align everything. Okay. Alright. So, got that. All is good. I'm just gonna organize, everything right now. Whoops. No. I think it's gonna be the sketch. Yeah. And the same thing for you. All this is a sketch. Right. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and line Arthur's first, actually. That's what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna line his. Just gonna duplicate it and flatten because now I can actually do some darn opacity. Ugh, it's terrible. Dylan Weber says, "Hi, I just wanted to say that I really love your videos. I am quite addicted to the Biggering and No Children one. Thank you so much. Every once in a while, I'm like, I need to finish my Lorax saga, because I legit had, I had ideas for other animatics to do as well, to, like, continue, I guess, my AU question mark? Like, one of them that the next one that I was thinking of was, This Is the Place, which is another cut song, from the Lorax that I really like, actually. But that didn't happen, unfortunately, because life got in the way. I still want to do it. I still do want to do it. I just have, like, other ideas that I want to do. Well, yeah, other, like, video ideas that I want to do first. But, like, hopefully, once I get those ideas out of the way, I might, like, lock in and work on the Lorax thing. I need to, like, I really struggle with figuring out, like, my priorities. But it is a thing that's in my mind. It is a thing that's in my mind. But I'm glad you like them. They were, part of a, not a challenge, but like, I really wanted to, like, see how it would turn out. Like, a full Biggering animatic. I look back at it now, and I think, there's definitely some parts I have improved on. Definitely. And when I look back on it, but I'm still really proud as to how it turned out. Okay. Alright. Okay. It's too big. This might be too big. Okay, move it like that, I guess. Yeah. Dylan says, I don't know if it's an animator thing, I've never animated, but for some reason I imagine animations in my whole head, shows, videos. I don't plan on doing anything and I usually forget, but oh well. I say that's normal. I say that's completely normal. I'd say that's more so just like a showcase of just how much you love a piece of media. Like, you love it so much that you like think about it all the time. Because I do that all the time. That is me, like, every second of the day. I just took the initiative to at least attempt to make things. But if it's just in your head as well, I mean, as long as it, like, inspires you and stuff, I think that's all that really matters. Pravnav37 says, hello there, hi, welcome to the stream. We're drawing, yeah, it's basically what the, what the title of the video says. Yeah, I guess I'll just do the diadem first. The extremely large diadem that doesn't follow any real physics, but shh, it's fine. Did the music shut off? Why does it keep shutting off? You're from where, if you don't mind me asking? I live in the US. In the US. I don't know why I said that weirdly. I live in the US. Tekla says, me who puts on repeat all of the stories in my head. Me, literally. Because I've always been someone who, wanted to tell stories, who loves the art of telling stories. I mainly do drawings on this channel. Well, I mean, I guess I'm doing like video essays and stuff now, but generally my channel is mostly focused on like art, animation, storytelling, but like I guess what I personally do for you guys is mostly drawing, but in reality, actually, my main thing actually is storytelling, or at least like the main thing that I want to improve on, I guess, the main thing that I want to be known for, question mark, is actually storytelling. I just see art and animation as a way to tell it, if that makes any sense. My profile really doesn't look like it, but I'm from Brazil. I'm from Brazil, the South region. Oh, cool, cool. But, yeah, I'm really into just, like, the art of storytelling as well. And so, like, because of that, I do want to, not necessarily, yeah, a little bit. I want to, like, shift my content a little bit more so it could focus a bit more on, like, the storytelling side of things as well. Because I think both are equally important. But a big part of it is because, like, you know, I want to tell stories on this channel as well. I've been wanting to tell stories my whole life, but I kind of fear that, like, because I basically became I was the fan animation person, and now I'm I don't even know what I am anymore. I feel like, no, I need to, like, ease y'all into the storytelling side of me, I guess, which is why I started to make some like video essays on like Epic the Musical and the Goofy Movie and Genshin Impact. Because with Genshin Impact, I'm not really talking about the game, I'm talking about the story, eh? You know, basically just like not transition per se, but like slowly be like, hey, this is another thing that I'm into. It doesn't mean my content is going to change completely. I think art and storytelling very much go hand in hand. But it's an aspect of my content that I don't think people have seen very, very much. I remember, I was talking to, someone that I know, and we were talking about webtoons, if you guys know what webtoons is. And I was kind of sort of complaining about it, low-key, where, I used to read webtoons, and then I stopped reading webtoons. And a big reason as to why I stopped is because this is probably a me thing. And I'll admit that. Most of at least the ones I read, at least the webtoons that I read, tended to, like, not really do much with their story, if that makes any sense. They tended to, like, linger around for a really long time. Now, that's not bad, obviously. Like, your story needs time to breathe. There is nothing wrong with, like, taking a break in the story and just chilling. But I feel that once the updates, it's just like chill chapter after chill chapter after chill chapter after chill chapter. Then I was kind of sitting here being like, okay, but what about the actual plot? Where's the plot? There was a plot going on, there was story going on, and it kind of feels like it kind of stopped. And it's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped reading webtoons, because of that, because it just kind of felt like the stories tended to drag for a really long time. And I was saying that to this person, and this person made a very good point that I really did not think about. Do you play any games? You sound like you would love Stardew Valley, lol. Not really, I'm gonna be honest. I am not a gamer whatsoever. A lot of my streams is me playing Genshin Impact, but I mostly play for the story. Every once in a while for, like, the exploration, just like to walk around the map, see what's here. But most of the time it is just for the story. The only other games I really play, if I'm gonna be honest, is The Sims. Yeah. Occasionally, I did have an idea of streaming Hollow Knight, because Silksong just came out, and everybody's in their, like, Hollow Knight phase right now. And so I thought, ooh, wouldn't it be fun if I streamed Hollow Knight? But then I was like, ooh, okay, actually, I don't think so, because I am really bad at video games. I suck. I'm terrible. So if I played Hollow Knight, I know for a fact that I'm going to, like, be stuck on a level or be stuck with a boss, and I'm just never going to continue, and it's just gonna be me trying to, like, fight a bug for, like, an hour, and eventually me rage quitting. And I know that's entertaining to some people, but I also feel like it could get tiring, because it would be me being, like, frustrated because, like, oh, I dodged, why didn't I dodge? So, technically, yes, I do play other games, but I'm not, like, a gamer, as people call it. It's like, oh, but Pep, what do you do on your free time? Draw. That's what I do in my free time, I just draw. That happened to me. I still want to play it. Yee. But where was I? Oh yeah. So I was basically complaining about that with webtoons, right? And this person brought up a really good point that I really did not think about. And it was, see, a lot of people who make webtoons are artists, not writers. And so they focus a lot more on drawings than they do, like, moving the story forward. And I, like, stopped and, like, thought about that, and I was like, oh shoot, I think you might be right. I think you're onto something, actually. I think you're right, yeah. I do think that, again, at least the ones I have read, if y'all have read webtoons that are, like some of the best piece of fiction that y'all have ever read, then I'll eat my words. But at least, like, from the ones that I have read, it definitely feels more, I'm someone who likes to draw, and here is a story that goes with my drawings, rather than how I tend to think of it of, here is a story, with drawings, if that makes any sort of sense. But, yeah. So it really is just, I guess, just like a difference in priorities, I guess. I guess, like, some people prioritize, making the comic rather than, the, I guess, like, how the story is written. Which, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. I guess it's just, like, people having different expectations. Because a lot of people read webtoons for the art. I was always there for, like, stories. I was like, alright, what kind of stories do y'all have for me? Okay. Sorry if I'm, like, spinning the canvas around. I'm a canvas spinner. Okay. I mostly play FPS, but not gonna lie, sometimes Minecraft is relaxing. Minecraft is relaxing. And that's why most of my streams are either me just like drawing or playing story stuff. Talking about webtoons, do you read back in the day the SU White Diamond Steven? You just made me remember that. No, I do not recall that. I'm going to assume it was like a popular like fan comic floating around the Steven Universe times. Not really, no. Okay. Do his face. Okay. Alright, now the jaw. Alright. The ear. Alright. Teko says, right now I play just Hoyoverse games. Yeah. Like I said, like, the only real game I play, I guess, would be, Genshin Impact. So I get that. The most of them is Genshin. I felt that. Yeah. but as I mentioned, like, a big part of it has to do with, like, the story. I'm, like, really into that. Like, I genuinely think that is, like, even if it's not the best written sometimes, when it hits, ooh, it hits. Like, when the devs decide to, like, lock in and write a good story, I'm bawling my eyes out. So, it's, like, so much so that it's, like, inspired a lot of my own writing as well. And now here I am writing a whole bunch of fanfictions on it. And hopefully when I get them done, well, yeah, when I get them done, I'll shoot them out into the public for everyone to read. More specifically, probably here. I would love to do that. Genshin Story hits like a truck sometimes. No, literally, like, when it's good, like, when they lock in and go, how do we make the audience cry? I'm gone. Like, I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm bawling my eyes out, for real. That's why, it's one of the reasons why, it's one of the reasons why I still play the game. Because, like, a lot of people who have played around the time I started playing, I'm pretty sure have, like, quit already. And I stay, because I just love it. How did you start drawing? Also left-handed or right-handed? Left-handed. I'm left-handed. I know. And how did I start drawing? Well, I'm going to give the boring answer every single artist on the planet has ever given. I've been drawing since I was, like, 4. I've been drawing since I could hold a pencil. But if you're asking, like, when did I start drawing, like, seriously? When did I start taking it seriously? I'd say around, like, 12 to 13, I think. Yeah. I think it's around that time that I started to, like, really, be like, I want to be an artist, I want to be an animator, I want to be a writer. That's, like, when I really was like, I want to, like, turn this into a craft, I guess. So, yeah. Teku says, I want to read those. Well, if I lock in, I need to lock in and, like, finish them, but, because, like, the reason why I thought about, putting them here on the channel, more specifically, like, reading them here on the channel, so they could be, like, a cool little, like, audiobook thing with my own, like, really bad voice acting and stuff. One of the reasons I want to do that is, it's as I mentioned earlier, I guess, like, introduce a little bit more to my audience, because a lot of my audience already, like, at least knows of Genshin Impact, so there's, like, a little, like, thing for, yeah. But it's basically, like, one of the things that I thought of, like, oh, maybe another good way to, like, slowly show, like, slowly focus my channel a bit more on, like, storytelling. Maybe it could be, like, these cool, like, audiobook readings of my fanfics. So, like, not only is it fun little Genshin fanfics, not only are they fun little Genshin fanfics, but also, like, as a way, I guess, to, like, showcase my writing. Yeah, as a way to showcase my writing, and then, of course, just, like, see what you guys think, and if you guys have any, like, feedbacks or criticisms, or if you just love it, just any sort of, just to see what, like, you guys think, because, although I love writing, I don't necessarily consider myself, like, a master writer. I love it, but I don't know if I'm that good of a writer, obviously. I'm still kind of, like, a novice at it. So, see, like, what could I do? What could I improve on? Stuff like that, while also having fun on the way, because, like, Genshin fanfics, yeah. But, yeah, but I'll have to, like, lock in and actually finish them, because I would also love for these fics to have, like, their own, like their own like drawings or title cards to go along with like a chapter or a scene, you know, just so you guys can have something to actually like look at. So you guys have something to look at while I'm like reading it out, you know? Some fun like that. Like a bedtime story, but for older people. And about an anime video game. But yeah. Trying to fix this. Trying to... Okay. Alright. Cyberlord says Undertale is now 10 years old. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's insane, actually. Dang. I'm old. Undertale is 10 years old. Damn. You know, for some reason that hits harder than like FNAF. And then like Five Nights at Freddy's, when people are like 12, Five Nights at Freddy's is 10 years old. And I'm like, dang, yeah, that's pretty old. But like, I'm sitting here like thinking about it and I'm like, dang. I don't know, I guess because like, I did like fan art of, well, I did fan art of like, FNAF as well. So, it's, yeah. That's crazy. Time flies. Time really does fly. Like, it's insane. Dylan says, what's your favorite OS? OS? I think I might need to, like, know what that is. I was in high school when Undertale released. Yeah, I was in middle school. I was in middle school when Undertale came out, so... Wait. Okay, and... Just trying to, like, make this look good. Okay. I was in the 6th grade when it released. 6th grade. Yeah. Dylan Weber says, OS as an operating system, Windows, Linux, etc. Mine is Windows. Mine is also a Windows. As in my favorite, I think I've only ever used Windows, actually. And I'm gonna be honest, I might probably just stay with Windows. Cyberlord says, I remember seeing YouTubers like PewDiePie upload hour-long videos of the game. I watched, I think, all of Jacksepticeye's. I think that was the one I, like, when Undertale was, like, at peak popularity. Yeah, definitely, like, Jacksepticeye's. Teku says, someone mentions nationality, so I am from the north of Mexico. I've never tried Linux. I've never tried Linux either. All I know is that the only reason I even know what Linux is because, it, sometimes when you're, like, downloading programs, it's like Windows, Mac, or Linux. And I'm like, what's a Linux? That's the only reason I know they exist. Or, I guess it would be more like this, with like, or actually, hold up, let's remove the sketch. How does that look? Actually, I think I don't need to do the elbow. I'm not gonna put the elbow, never mind. I think the elbow is just gonna be a distraction. It doesn't have to be there, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, and PewDiePie were three, not entirely Minecraft big YouTubers. They were. Crazy. It's crazy how times have changed. Oh, okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like that. For this little... Oh, wait, the brooch. How could I forget? Okay, and then the little pieces of hair sticking out. Okay. Alright. And the light clothes underneath. Okay. I think I'm done with his. Hey, yo, look at that! Look at that, guys! Ah! Adorable. Absolutely adorable. Yes, I have multiples of the same brush. It's like each of them are like tweaked just a little bit for different purposes. Which one was this? I forgot what this one was for. Actually, I think this might have been for the line art, now that I think about it. Whoopsie. Oh well. Too late now. Okay. So, the line art's done. I'm just gonna call it line. And I'm gonna do the same for Ambrose. Yeah. Duplicate, flatten, so I can actually do this. Okay. Now see, for this, these like more geometric type shapes, I think I'm actually gonna use a bit of a bigger brush, I think. Or would a thinner brush make more sense? Or I could just forego the line art altogether. That is also an option that I can do, just forego the line art. But I don't know if I want to do that. Actually, I think I might try a thinner line art. But, hold on for a second. Okay. Actually, I think I'm just going to keep the liner as it is, but change the color. Well, I mean, I'm going to keep it black for now, but like change it probably to like a brown, like a lower opacity brown type color so that it doesn't stand out as much. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. But with this one, I'm going to like try to keep the geometricness of it. And for the eyes, I actually don't think I'll do much for the eyes. Yeah, no. Okay, I'm gonna size up the brush to be a 4. Why is this so hard? This shouldn't be hard. I'm literally just drawing lines. Okay. Okay, and the nose here. Apologies if I'm silent, I'm just focusing. All right. Dylan says, gotta wake up 5 a.m. tomorrow and I can't sleep. I'm not tired. That sucks. I say, give it a couple days and then your sleep schedule will slowly adjust. And also don't drink any caffeine, some hours before you would typically go to sleep. That's what I say. That's what I say. Like, after like a day or two, it's actually surprising just how, like, not how quickly, but just like noticeable, I guess, like your sleep schedule slowly starts to adjust. Kaizaki says, aw, music. The little Animal Crossing music I have. Yep. Even though I have never played Animal Crossing, but the music is really cute. Cora says, "Hello, Pep. Finishing up a composition class for today. How are you doing?" That is so cool. I'm doing pretty good. We're chilling, we're doodling, doing the line art, and I think I'm just gonna do the line art before we cut the stream. But at least the line art getting done, and yeah. Not a fan art this stream. This is more personal, just personal art that I wanted to do, and yeah. Dylan says, the problem is I like putting 24-hour awake. Besides, 3 liters of coffee a day and a pack of Reds. So I gotta fix my life ASAP. Yeah, that's gonna do it for you. That's gonna do it for you. Because here's the thing about coffee. A lot of people think, oh, coffee keeps you awake. Well, or I guess more so, coffee gives me energy. And it's like, actually, that's not the case. It's not coffee that gives you energy. What coffee does, what caffeine does, actually, is, at least from what I heard, if I'm wrong, then I'm like, but, Arthurian art, mayhaps? Eye emoji? Why, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, coffee, actually, what it does is that it prevents your brain from making you fall asleep. That's kind of what it does. And so, for me, for example, like, coffee does not energize me. It does not energize me at all. But it makes it literally impossible for me to sleep. Like, I am dead tired. Like, I want to sleep, and the sleep just never comes. Because the caffeine is quite literally preventing you from sleeping. It's stopping your brain from making you sleep, even if you're tired. Which is why, 'cause I'm personally kind of weak to caffeine, actually. It's the reason why, when the sun goes down, I do not drink any sort of caffeine. I don't drink coffee or energy drinks or teas or anything like that. So, Kaizaki says, I heard someone say that. That makes better sense. Coffee just gives me the runs. Oof. Deja vu. But yeah. And it really sucks because I like coffee, but because coffee, like, just ruins me, I have to be very particular when I drink coffee, or just any sort of caffeine. Like, forget coffee, just any sort of caffeine. Like, energy drinks, I do not drink energy drinks. I do not. I stay away from that. Because the caffeine content is much higher than coffee is. I literally feel drugged. Like, I literally feel drugged when I have energy drinks, and I did not like that. I did not like that feeling at all, so I don't drink them. And like I said, like, for me, coffee does not give me energy. It just prevents me from sleeping. And so, for me, it's like, what's the point of drinking coffee if, like, it's not going to do anything for me anyway? No, I just suffer. I have 2 options. Suffer, or suffer at night. Like, thankfully, I'm just, like, naturally a really energetic person. So, I don't feel the need to drink coffee all the time, but yeah. If one is sick, buy Powerade. I do that. Yes. Or Gatorade. You know, one time I was really confused when people said that, because some of my family members would be like, oh, if you're sick, drink yourself some Gatorade. And I was like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, that sounds like some like pseudoscience type stuff. And then I realized, oh, because it's the electrolytes. Because Gatorade and Powerade, they're sports drinks. So they hydrate you. And when you're sick, you need to be hydrated. And I was like, wait, no, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because, like, every once in a while, I forget that they're technically sports drinks. Like, they're made to, like, balance out your electrolyte, nutrients, hydrate you. Like, it's meant to make you healthier, question mark. Well, not like, I mean, it still has high sugar content, so I'm not saying, like, it's the healthiest drink out there, but it does a good job at hydrating you, which is what you need when you are sick. Okay, and... Haha. Okay. That part of his hair, and then the ear. Alrighty. Guess I'll just do the back of the hair then. I'm gonna use the line tool for this, or is that a good idea? Is that a good idea to use the line tool for this? It's supposed to be a straight line. That's what it's supposed to be. We'll see. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay. Turned out better than I thought. Alright. Not bad, not bad. And this hair thing. The locks of hair? Yeah. If I can do it right. So I had a silly, goofy idea. The hair be heron. It is. It is heron. I had a silly idea, which was, what if I finally release my, short film, on the day Disney's Robin Hood was released, which was... It was in November. I forgot when exactly, but it was in November. But at the same time, I'm also like, would anybody care for such a detail? Because even though I shouldn't have, I did have this, I like, just had this silly thought of like, ooh, what if I, like, release it on, like, a special day? I don't know. Or, maybe not special, but, like, on a day that fits it? It's a thought. Oh, question mark. Oh, okay. So... Whoa, what happened there? So, not last year, oh no, it was before that, ooh. Oh god, okay. The year before last year, I hate saying that, oh my god. The year before last year, I made a short film, it was my thesis film, a short film that was based off the Robin Hood stories, which is a thing that I have been working on for a really long time. And it's kind of sort of been like, it's been like kept in my files. It's been in film festival limbo for basically the past like year or so, for like over a year. And like now it's around the time that I was like, yeah, maybe I should post it. All that matters is if you wanna, but that would be pretty neat. Yeah, I just think it'd be like a pretty cool, I guess, date to like post it on, but at the same time I'm also like, I don't know, would anybody notice that? Me putting effort, quote unquote, on something that no one's even gonna see. But it is a thought. Okay, and this part here. Yeah, actually it can end around there. Alright, alright. Okay. That was not straight. It doesn't have to be like the perfect straight line, but I still want it to have the illusion of it being straight. Okay, okay. Nope, there's still... Or... Okay, okay. It's not perfect, but, it's fine. It's okay. Right? And these little fold-looking things. Wait, how visible would that be? Not at all. Okay, I see. Okay, we don't need it then. Actually, I'm just gonna move these more to the right, where they can be a bit more visible. How much experience do I have with 3D modeling? Basically none. I did it once in school and I did not like it, I'm gonna be honest. I really did not. So, I guess my experience would be like 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I know pretty much nothing. Although, there is a tiny part of me that wants to learn how to do, like, at least, like, basic modeling for, you know, to help with, like, drawing and stuff. But there's, like, another stubborn part of me that's like, no, I don't like 3D modeling. I'm gonna figure it out myself. I'm not gonna use any of these things to help me, not because I think it's cheating, but because I don't know how to do it. So yeah, basically none. Okay, and for this part, please, 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 please. Okay. Thanks for accepting my destiny. Alright. The brooch. And finally, the last parts of his hair. You know, maybe I could do the flat colors. Okay. Just gonna add this part here. Did the music just stop? Oh, it did actually. Okay. Alright, alright. Okay. That's done. Pretty neat, pretty neat. I'm just gonna fix this part here. And actually, I think I might I can do probably some flat colors. And then I'll probably end the stream, because then I guess the next one could be just rendering. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna line art. There we go, with Arthur in the front. Oh, look how adorable and precious he is. Absolutely adorable. Okay, just gonna bring up this little image for his colors. Ambrose, get out of here. Okay. It's gonna be a lot chiller, I guess. He's so yellow. Why is it so yellow? Give him some blood. Oh my gosh, it's so yellow. Yeah, this was my coloring brush. Your eyes may be flashbanged now, but I'm gonna add like some layers to match with the atmosphere, I guess. Because I kind of want him to, not necessarily in the dark, but it's like dark-ish, and there's like, I don't know, like a window nearby or something. This is how I'm imagining it. And so there's like a ray of light shining down upon him. Just cool stuff like that. And he's like illuminated while the portrait in the back is like, not... Maybe that will make people think that, I don't know, Ambrose was a bad person. He's not. It's I don't know. Like, in my mind, it's supposed to show that, like, oh, this is like the new king. It's the new king, guys. Yo. Anything else? Nope. Okay. I guess I'm gonna do the tunic. He's been doused in lemonade. His skin was so yellow. It's like, look, bro, like, so what do you got, like jaundice or something? Nah. Grab the belt. How does this look against the... Ooh, pretty bad. Okay, we're gonna darken that. So you can actually see it. Alright, the gold of the brooch. This is some weird... This is very orange. Now it's the opposite. The gold was way too orange. I mean... I don't know. Okay. I'll do the diadem after. Just grab color for the hair, and that feels super red. Okay. And yes, Ambrose is going to basically have the exact same colors. Because they're related. Okay. Sorry if I'm quiet. I just locked in. Like, I never lock in when I absolutely need to. Only at the most inconvenient of times. Am I finally in the zone? Okay. 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 Now the crown. Or diadem. Or laurel. Or however y'all want to call it. The thing you wear on the head to show that you're king. Well, I mean, I guess that would be crown. It's not a traditional crown. Or a stereotypical one, I guess. What app are you using, ToonSquid? I am using Procreate. Yep. Like everybody else does that has an iPad. Okay. Sir, why are you so white? Like, you're white, but you're not that white. Okay. Have some goddamn blood in your body, my dude. Maybe like a little bit more. Okay. Alright. And the red. Come on. Thank you. And finally, the red of his cloak. Okay. Okay. For your eyes, it's gonna make that on a separate layer because I won't be able to see it through the colors. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Bam. There he is. There's the boy. There's the boy. Okay, and you. Yeah, we can turn you off for now. For you. Basically the same colors, honestly. Although I think I would like them to be a bit more washed out. Yeah, that would make more sense. Yeah, just a bit more washed out. But the same color scheme, but like, paler or desaturated, I guess would be better. Yeah. This time he can actually be white as paper. And the shading will be very minimal as well. Or, I guess very light. minimal light shading. It'd mostly just be like the flats. Okay. And just might as well do the hair. Okay, maybe like a little bit darker. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's fine. Okay. You know, one thing I always find funny when I'm, I guess, like, trying to design, all these, like, Arthurian characters is the subject of, it sounds so small, so insignificant. Purple Scarf Cake says, "Hi, I'm back! Hi, welcome back!" It's such a tiny little insignificant detail, but it's hair color. Because, I think because of how mixed in everybody is in the modern day, just hear me out, okay? Because everybody is so blended in the modern day, I think some people tend to forget that certain hair colors, were more prominent in specific areas, I guess, if that makes any sense. And this time period, the post-Roman era, is like pretty much around, especially like in Europe and like in like the British Isles, France area, these differences were a bit more prominent because not everyone was so mixed in yet. Ollie says hello, hi, welcome to the stream. And what I mean by this is, to my knowledge, to my understanding, most of the Britannics, as in his race, most of the Britannics, were, well, that was some lag. Well, their race, was brunette, like, most of, to my knowledge, if I'm wrong, free to correct me, but to my knowledge, like, brown hair was the more prominent one. They didn't really have many other hair colors. Ollie says, "I just came from your Lorax video." Oh my god, which one? Well, either way, that's really cool, and I hope that you liked them. But yeah, for the Britannics, it was mostly brown hair. And of course, there's different shades of brown, obviously. But, like, just, it was generally around the brown range. As opposed to black hair. Black hair, especially in Europe, was a bit, especially in England, was a lot more of a rarer trait. Blacker hair, again, in England, northern-ish Europe, it was much more prominent in people who had descendancy from Italy or, like, Spain, like that area. Like Italy, Spain, Greece, those areas were a lot more, black hair was a lot more prominent. And if you think, oh, you mean the countries that are closer to the Middle East? Yeah. Yeah. But it was kind of a rare trait it was a rare trait in England. Actually, King Arthur's wife, Guinevere, is, well, it depends on which version you read, but, like, the one that stuck out to me the most was a version where she has black hair, and she is said to have been beautiful because of the, she was said to have black hair, and she was said to be beautiful because she had black hair, and the black hair was beautiful because it was a rare trait, and it was also because she descended from Italy. Like, her family descended from Italy, and because of that, they had black hair. Chorus says, brunettes rise up. Literally, like, people do not give brown hair, like, like, people don't, it's like brown eyes. It's like brown eyes. Like, I think, like, because brown eyes is, like, the most common eye color, a lot of people are like, oh, it's so boring. It's so boring. It's so boring. No, it ain't. Brown eyes are beautiful. Brown hair is beautiful. Okay? Like, all eye colors are beautiful, alright? If anything, you having, like, the most dominant gene, like, if anything, like, what is it? Like, natural selection, nature deemed the brown hair and the brown eyes as the best one. Okay? So, yeah. Obsidian Aurora says, hello, I'm back from the park. I'm glad that, I said that all wrong. I hope that you liked your trip to the park. But yeah, so Guinevere was said to have been, she was said to have descended from Italians because of, Roman occupation. She was said to have descended from Italians, and, because of that, she had black hair, and because black hair was a very rare trait in Britain, it was seen as an extremely beautiful trait. Yeah. So that's the thing with black hair. Whoops. That's the thing with black hair. And then there's blonde. And, like, this is just the tiniest pet peeve of mine. Again, this is insignificant. And I may have my facts wrong. May have my facts wrong. But I'm also like, no, I'm pretty sure. It's just a tiny little pet peeve of mine when people depict Arthur as blonde. It's just the tiniest little pet peeve. It just irks me in a way that it really shouldn't. And I think the reason why people like to depict him as blonde is because, like the yellow hair, it kind of, like, yellow hair, golden hair on his head, like a crown, which means he's a king. And you know what? In that perspective, that actually makes a lot of sense. That does make sense. I get it. So, to my knowledge, the Britons did not have blonde. The Britons were not blonde. Like I said, they were mostly pretty much, again, to my knowledge, pretty much all of them were brunettes. And of course there's different types of brunettes, you know, there's like lighter brown hair, there's darker brown hair, and thanks to the Roman occupation, I can imagine that a good chunk of it is on the darker brown hair side. Some people even black, because again, the Roman occupation. Like, lay it out like, yeah. And so it's like, here's an island that, again, to my knowledge, it's mostly brunette. And if they do have an alternate hair color, it is most definitely leaning towards black. I don't imagine, blonde being common at all. Actually, this is Roman stuff. The Romans didn't even like blonde hair. To my knowledge. Because the Romans saw blonde as, like, the barbarian color. Because, they fought German tribes, and Germans tended to have blonde hair. So the Romans didn't really like them very much. Um, yeah. And so, because of that little, like, historical fact that I know, I'm like, no, Arthur was most definitely not blonde. Most definitely. Not only is he Briton, just hear me out, not only is he British, or Britannic, more accurately, he's a Romano-Briton, because, like, he's a royal, and this is, like, right after the Roman Empire. So he definitely has some, like, Roman in his blood. He has a bit of Italian in him, right? So so he is a Britannic king he is a Romano-Briton that has a bit of Italian in him, which means that if there's any other hair color that he would have, it probably wouldn't be black, because Guinevere, like, they make a whole point about that. It would be like a darker brown. It would not be blonde. He would not be blonde. It just doesn't make any sense. And again, this has nothing to do with anything. This is so, like, this means nothing. But it's just like the tiniest, littlest, tiniest. It's like, he doesn't need the blonde hair to show that he's king. It's me getting mad over literally nothing. It doesn't make me mad. I'm exaggerating. But to me, it's just kind of like, seriously, like authors, like some authors out there, or like show producers out there, it's like, it doesn't take a genius to know what is his ethnicity. It doesn't take a genius to know what his ethnicity is. Just look at the time period he lives in. But I don't blame people either, because I think, like, because of the society we live in a society. Because of the society that we live in today, I think a lot of people just kind of assume that, all white people are the same, I guess. I don't know if this is making any sort of sense. This is sounding weird. But I guess, like, some people think that, like, oh, because you're white, you're Caucasian, like, all Caucasians just look the same. Like, oh, a Russian, a German, a Norwegian, they're the same to me. And it's like, no, actually, there are differences. Well, I mean, I guess there were differences. You know, like, we live in a world that's so, like, blended now, but, like, there were differences. There are differences, actually. A German is different from a Slav, which is different from a Celt, which is different from a Latin as in, like, Roman. It's like, I was thinking, it's like Africa, like, hear me out, it's like Africa, where, like, you know, there's many different types of Africans, and I don't mean that in the sense of country, I do mean that in the sense of, like, ethnicity, like facial features, hair textures, skin colors. There are differences. Same with all over the world, honestly, like all over the world. And Europe was no exception. There are ethnic differences. So, yeah. Okay, I got that. I don't know if I want to make his garb blue. No, it's gonna be a green. I want to make it green, but yeah, no, that's ugly. Want to be a little bit different. He's wearing green. That's his main color now. Oh yeah, but with blonde, again, to my knowledge, with blonde, I mean, it's mostly associated with Norse, with, like, Scandinavian countries. Like, the blonde trait, I guess, is much more prominent over there. But, you know, it's also Germans as well. Germans were also, blonde. And, these are also Celtic. The Gauls, which were the people that lived in France before the Franks invaded, which then became France. The Gauls were also said to be blonde, or at least, like, dyed their hair blonde, but I'm pretty sure, like, to dye it means that at least some people were natural. Yeah, for the Gauls, like, I think they definitely, the blonde trait was a bit more prominent, and, I know that because I was looking into the Gauls for a little bit, because Lancelot is a Gaul, fun fact. A lot of people think he is French, which, I mean, technically he is, but, like, timeline-wise, he would be Gaul. He's Gaulish. Ollie says goodbye, good luck with everything. Thank you. Yeah, with the Gauls, and the best thing I could find was some, like, Roman reports. And the Romans were saying, like, you know, that some of the Gauls are blonde, and some of them even went as far as to dye their hair blonde, or to, like, bleach it, of sorts. And the Romans thought it interesting how the Britannics weren't blonde, but the Gauls were, and yet they were still, like, Celtic, right? They were still Celtic. And so the Romans kind of had this theory that the Gauls originated from Germany, which is where the blonde trait was more prominent, and the Britons, the Britannics, originated from Iberia, which is like modern-day Spain and Portugal, because the blonde trait is not as prominent over there. If anything, like, black hair, tan skin you'd see in, like, those areas. Now, obviously, this is just a theory that the Romans proposed. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that, like, the hair colors are clearly prominent enough for the Romans to be like, I think these, although these are Celtic, they clearly, like, come from two different places. And, yeah. Now, of course, there's red hair, which is the most, famous Celtic traits. Yeah. There's, the red hair. And I'm pretty sure red hair actually comes from blonde. Like, it's a recessive gene from blonde. I can't verify this, but I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know. This is all I know. This is all I know. Red hair was very prominent in Celtic Europe. It was really common. But Caesar killed them all. The Caesars killed them all. In conquests. How did they end up skipping Britain and go all the way to Scotland? I don't know. I don't know. And Ireland. They also ended up in Ireland. My theory is that because the Roman Empire never got Scotland. Little fun fact for y'all. The Roman Empire never got it. Scotland was able to defend itself. That's why they're so prideful. I don't know if they ever got Ireland. Part of me wonders if they even knew Ireland existed, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if they ever got Ireland, but I know that they didn't get Scotland. So my theory, it's just a theory of mine. My theory is, that they, I guess, purged the red-haired gene from Gaul and Britain. But because they never reached Scotland, they weren't able to purge it. This is pure theory of mine. I don't know if it's, I don't know. If I am wrong, I will gladly accept the L. But, yeah. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say here is, like, sometimes when I'm, like, trying to, like, figure out, like, colors, I guess, for my Arthurian knights, every once in a while I think about, like, okay, so most of y'all are going to be brown. You're going to have brown hair. But, I think it's also inaccurate if everybody has brown hair, obviously. And also, not all of the knights are Britons. Fun fact. Not all of them. So, yeah. Occasionally, just for the sake of diversifying, I slap in some black hair on some characters. Like, like Percival, the knight Percival, I have him with black hair. And sometimes I'm like, do I want to keep the black hair? But other times I'm like, well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, it's not inaccurate. It's not inaccurate. Black hair was definitely there. It just wasn't common. And again, it's so insignificant. Like, I know in the grand scheme of things, it's extremely insignificant. It doesn't really mean anything. And I know for a fact no one is going to bat an eye. If I made Percival blonde, no one would notice. No one would notice, no one would care. But I do, okay? I do. I care. It's my work. It's my magnum opus. Okay. Just this bottom part. Okay. And I don't know if putting the white in the eyes is even worth it, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'll just leave it like that. Yeah, no, I'll just leave it like that. Just put the brown for the eye. Whoops. Alright. Okay, okay. That's flat colors. Flat colors done. Bada bing, bada boom. Wow, okay, you are saturated as hell now that I look at it. Now that I look at them, they're saturated as hell. It's fine. 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 Okay. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to, leave the stream. I'm just gonna put this over here. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to leave, the stream. Yeah. It's been pretty chill, pretty fun. I didn't think I'd even make it to flat colors, honestly, considering, like, other drawings I do are, like, a bit more complex, I guess. A bit more complex. This one's much easier. This one's a bit of an easier, project that I'm making. It was just a thing that I had in my mind that I thought would be super, super cool. But yeah. So, yeah, I guess for next stream, we're just getting straight into the, yeah, for next stream, we're just getting straight into the rendering. The shading, the lighting, all of that cool stuff. Actually making this guy look like he's, a painting on a wall and not just a, slightly more geometric dude floating right behind Arthur. A ghost from the future. Ooh. But, yeah. Actually making him look like a painting on a wall. And, yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Yeah. I think I'll stream on Wednesday. Yeah. Currently, as of now that I understand, I'll probably stream on Wednesday. Will we finish it? I don't know. But, we'll see what happens. But yeah. Chill stream. We're chilling, and, hope you all have a pretty good day. And I just realized that I should probably, do this. I should probably do this. Yeah, like I said, most likely, going to stream on Wednesday. If not, maybe on Friday, whatever day of the week I can stream these days. And, yeah, will we finish it? We don't know, but we'll see. And like I said, we chillin' here. We chillin'. And, yeah, that's, pretty much it. Bye!